This wonderful promise is found over in Luke chapter 2 and verse 18, where the Word of God declares, "But there shall not an hair of your head perish." Now this is the promise of protection. Have you ever known a time when we are living in such danger? I have never known such a fearful hour in which we are living, with the nuclear warheads, with the poisonous gases, with the terrible armies that are marching over the world today, with the heartless dictators that are ruling in many, many countries. I do not know a time that has been more awesome and fearsome than in this present moment. But isn't it wonderful to know that we have a God that has said that He'll not let one hair of our head be harmed? Now, that's perfect protection. When I think about the hair of my head, I do not know anything that is of less value than one of the hairs of my head. What if I'd reach up and pull one of the hairs out of my head, and I'd hold it up before this camera, and I'd say, "What am I bid for this hair?" All of you looking into my face and listening to my voice would think that the preacher had suddenly lost his mind, and not a one of you would bid 1 penny for that hair that I'd hold up. So it has very, very little value. Almost every time we comb our hair or brush our hair, we leave in the brush several of our hairs. But the Lord said, "Not one hair of your head shall be harmed." We know that this is true. When the 3 Hebrew boys were cast into the fiery furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the Bible declares that when they were thrown into that furnace, it was heated 7 times hotter than it was necessary to melt gold. The Bible declares that when they came out of that furnace, and Nebuchadnezzar's smelling committee had sniffed and smelled of each of those boys, he reported to the king that not even the smell of smoke was upon them. Not even a hair of their head was singed. Now that is perfect protection. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, you remember how that the Lord watched over him all night long, and not a one of those lions was able to touch Daniel, the prophet of God. God put a padlock upon each one of those lions' chins. Now I do not know the danger. I do not know what it is that causes you to fear, but I know that there are multiplied thousands of you looking into my face at this very moment. You're afraid of disease. You're afraid of death. You're afraid of disaster. You're afraid of tornadoes. You're afraid of earthquakes. And there are many, many things that torment you and torture you because of fear. Remember that if you know Jesus, if you have Him abiding in your heart, there is no need for you to be troubled, because not one hair of your head will ever be harmed without His permission. Now that is perfect protection. Are you thankful this morning that you have such a wonderful God? Now, if you do not know Jesus, I recommend Him to all of you today. Well, neighbor, it's been good to be with you again this morning in Coffee Break. And until our next telecast, may the Lord bless you.